Hi, welcome back. Press play action. Mitchell Lee, Tommy Grant, Brandon 2, and guys, we have reached the conclusion of the Steven Spielberg. We have been talking about this guy since June. We have been all aboard the Steven Spielberg Express choo choo for 4 months now. And it finally comes to an end as we review his 2020, his movies that he released this decade, West Side Story, and The Fablemans. And at the end, I would like to ask you guys for your top 5 Spielberg movies.
Man, let me get that.
And your least favorite Spielberg movie.
Yeah, let me get that in order.
Possible. I've already got mine ready to go. But
we will drop that on the podcast instead of letting us know ahead of time. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, but one thing about me is I don't plan shit. This is okay. We're gonna start with West Side Story. This is again Steven Spielberg directed, written by Tony Kushner, who has collaborated with Steven Spielberg on a bunch of different movies, and it stars Ansel Elgort, Rachel Zegler, Ariana DeBose, Mike Feist, David Alvarez, Rita Moreno, Corey Stoll, bunch of different people. This was released December 10th, 2021, with a budget of $100 million, and unfortunately it only made $76 million. This was a pretty big flop. A big part of that, I would imagine, well, a few different things. One, COVID didn't help. This movie was supposed to come out in 2020, and it got pushed back a year. Second thing is, because of COVID, people were like, all right, I really need to prioritize what movies I want to see. And this movie came out 1 week before Spider-Man No Way Home, which demolished at the box office. So everyone was kind of sitting and waiting on that. And movies that weren't that, like this or The Matrix Resurrections, The King's Man, Nightmare Alley, other stuff just got absolutely demolished as people really only saw Spider-Man and Sing 2. And also, this was a weird year for musicals. I mean, Dear Evan Hansen just came out. And so it was like, all right, musicals, the vibes aren't particularly great. In the Heights, some people liked it, some people didn't, but this didn't really, and also didn't really have a big star in it.
I'm in the I liked it camp. Just wanted to clarify that.
Well, we'll get to our opinions on the movie here.
Oh, shortly. I was talking about In the Heights. Is what I was
talking I'm in the it's a movie that exists camp. I'm not crazy about it.
Fair enough.
So, as far as West Side Story goes, this is basically Romeo and Juliet. I know it's an adaptation of the 1957 stage musical, which had a movie adaptation in 1961 that Rita Moreno herself was in. But I love this movie so much. And this is my first time rewatching this since it came out in theaters. And I saw it twice on opening weekend because I loved it as much as I did. And I was expecting to enjoy it, but I was not expecting to love it and think that it was one of my favorite movies of the decade. But I left this movie when it came out extremely blown away, and that feeling has not changed. In fact, I think it's only grown. This is maybe my favorite Steven Spielberg movie. It is not the best Steven Spielberg movie. And when we do those rankings, it will not be number 1. But it's going to be ranked a lot higher in my Spielberg list than most other people. I'm floored because Spielberg has never tackled musicals before. And, this is, I absolutely flabbergasted by how much I love this movie.
It just shows Spielberg's range. He pretty much tackles every single genre in movie making, and he waited till the end to basically bang out a couple of musicals that were just huge hits. I had never seen West Side Story until this week, and I absolutely loved it. I'm not a huge musical person, but I've grown to appreciate them and enjoy them more. And this one was a lot of fun. I can't take the walking and snapping dance fighting seriously. It's just the
It's
one part of the movie.
iconic,
I know it's
Yeah.
iconic. It's like
dude.
I don't want to
What do
hate
you
on
mean?
it, but I can't take it seriously. In
I
a
don't
movie.
think you're supposed to take it seriously, Tommy. It's there to set a tone, Tommy.
I know it's there to set a tone, which is why I'm not going to hate on it. But it's just like
Sounds
it's
like
just,
you're hating on it,
me,
Tommy.
it makes me giggle when I watch it.
Fair enough.
Well, you stop with the damn giggling, Tommy. This is legendary stuff right here.
It is legendary. I honestly think this is one of Spielberg's best works. It was.
This is
And
one
I
of his
saw
best.
this thing in IMAX when it came out, and this thing pops.
I'm wrestling with it if it's top 5.
It's a very.
But I'll put it this way: it's in my Hall of Fame. I'll just go ahead and say it.
For being set in basically like a rundown area of New York City, it's a very colorful movie.
A Hall of Fame movie for Brandon? We're getting into that already?
I mean, I'll just go ahead and say it. I love this musical. I think it's awesome.
I think
the
that,
set.
then Brandon, make room for 2 because it's
Yeah.
also in my Hall of Fame. I'm just going to come out and say that.
The set
yeah.
pieces, the set design, the costumes, the fact that they got actual people to like reenact. I mean, I'm like the 1964 movie. Where I was going with that is it was like dubbed. Like a lot of it's like dubbed. Like they're all singing like it's real. Like, and it sounds amazing. Like it sounds awesome. And like it just I think it totally works.
I'm conflicted
And
because
I think it culturally works too. Like I think it's like awesome. Yeah, it's just
it
awesome.
lost all but one of the. It was nominated for 7 Oscars. It lost all but one. Ariana DeBose won for Best Supporting Actress that year, and I'll get to my thoughts on her and the cast later. But it lost Best Sound to Dune.
That's fine.
It lost Best Production Design to Dune.
Yeah.
It lost Best Cinematography to Dune.
Because Dune was awesome. Dune is like a Hall of Fame movie too. That's the thing.
It lost Best Costume Design to Cruella.
Okay, well,
which that movie is based on costume design, so it's kind of like
I've never seen Cruella, but I've heard that like that is basically all that movie is about is like costume design. It's like
I don't know if I would say that it's good, but I enjoyed myself.
I would say it was one of the better Disney
live action.
Yes, because it's not just they're not just remaking something.
Yeah, it's
like doing something different with it.
Yes, doing something different with it. But is there anything else that lost? Like to be fair to
Best
West
Picture.
Side Story.
It was nominated for Best Picture, and Spielberg was nominated for Best Director, but lost to Power of the Dog.
You could,
which to be fair, I've never seen.
So I got Power of the Dog, Criterion Selection, Barnes and Noble's 50% off sale. Awesome. I picked up Power of the Dog. I will be seeing that at some point. You can make an argument that Steven Spielberg should have won Best Director. I think this is one of his best directed movies.
Yes, absolutely.
It's just phenomenal.
I think you can make an argument that it's his best directed movie. I personally, again, you know how I feel about Schindler's List.
Yeah,
and I think that it's the best made movie of all time. So nothing for me is going to top that. But
I really think this is the only thing that's come close to it.
For a director that so many people like, we've reviewed you've reviewed all the stuff.
Yeah.
But we've been talking about a lot of this stuff in the 2000s and the 2010s lately. And we've been liking it, but we haven't been as high on it as we were, the original Indiana Jones movies or Jurassic Park or Saving Private Ryan and that kind of stuff. So a lot of people thought that Spielberg had lost his fastball. And for him to come into a genre that he has no experience with in this regard, he's never directed a musical before. And to just knock it out of the park the way that he did, you would think that this guy was the musical guy with the way that he directs these scenes, and everything looks so effortless and so magical. And I would be so down for this winning something like best cinematography or best production design if Dune's I mean, Dune was kind of. I think Dune should have won cinematography. I think I would go production design for West Side Story in this movie
I
if I'm going to be
I
100%
would
honest.
argue production design for West Side Story personally, and I love Dune.
And I think that the way that the colors really pop in this movie. They
Yeah,
really pop in this thing.
but
Especially I
also
think
like
the
when they get
color
to the
yellow, like
yellow
the
pops.
America scene, everything just
Yep,
really pops
but
in
like
that.
the gym scene, the at night, like at the very end of the movie when he's like screaming about Chino and is like, "I'm here, Chino," like I'm here, like even like that part of the movie just looks really good when they're in the alley singing to each other. Like that set looks good. Like everything looks so good. The drugstore, like I don't know, it just
And
vibes. Like I've seen the
part
stage
of me
play,
annoys me.
and I mean, yeah.
Oh,
Go
you
ahead.
have?
Yeah, I've seen it,
I was
but
gonna say
I mean,
part of it.
this blows it out of the water. Like it's just so good.
Yeah, part of what annoys me nowadays when it comes to like cinematography, it's like you have movies like Dune, which are phenomenal, but it's like how much of that was CGI versus West Side Story, where it's probably all actual like
You
stages.
think, yeah, they built like the set. I
You know what I
almost feel
mean? Like
like I'm sure it was green screen some of it, but like
I'm
some
sure,
of it they
yeah, but
probably
it's like
built the set. To be honest, I don't know
I
if
feel
that's
like
accurate or not, but
yeah, I
let's
feel
put it
like
this
it
way: it
was
doesn't
more
feel
set
green
design,
screen.
whereas
I
no,
guess that's what you're getting at, Tommy. It doesn't feel green screen. So
yeah. So like when you lose to a movie like Dune, where it's like yeah, while it looks amazing, how much of it
you
was
take
were
that
the
back.
CGI and green screen backgrounds versus this?
You take that back when he rides the war of Arrakis. You take that back. No, that was Dune
Like,
too.
it's like yeah, they look great, but it's like I feel like movies like West Side Story should get more credit when it comes to Oscar nominations
Also,
because
I'm gonna go
they
keep
put
going.
more realism into it.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Not the same musical because they're just different. But I really like Les Mis as like a movie. I think it's a really well
Yes,
done
I do
musical.
too.
that was my first musical that I watched,
Yeah,
and
I think
that
that's
sucks
an
me when it comes to
awesome.
watching musicals.
Right, I think it's an awesome, really well done musical. If I was to rewatch it, it would get dangerously close to my Hall of Fame. I
Oh,
I
I'm not
would
that
put
high on it. I really
I
like it, but
would
I'm not that
put
high on it.
I would put this musical up with like any musical I've seen in terms of movie adaptation.
Well, I mean, yes, it's my second musical in my Hall of Fame. My favorite movie of all time is a musical, so
Of
I
all
can't put it.
time,
Yes, La La Land is my
over
favorite movie of
Shawshank
all time.
Redemption. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, La La Land is my only movie I've ever given anything above an A plus 100%. So once that
Interesting.
time comes, all right, let's talk about the cast here. I'm gonna go around the room, and you're gonna tell me who your favorite was in this movie. All right, Tommy, I'll start with you.
Don't start with me.
All right, Tommy, I won't start
I
with
need
you.
I need a minute to think on that
All
one.
right, Brandon, I'll
Ansel,
start with you.
Ansel, and it's not close.
Really? Because the common complaint with this movie is, wow, everyone's good, and Ansel Elgort sucks.
That's
And
just
I don't agree
infactual.
with that. However, I do think he's really good. I think he's a good actor. I think he's a good singer. I think he's a good dancer. I think he's charismatic. I think a lot of people carried their thoughts about him and his off-field issues, so to speak,
I mean,
and
a lot of
kind
this
of
cast has off the field issues, if we're being honest. But
and they kind of carried that into this movie, which I don't do that. I mean, one of our first reviews was me praising a Kevin Spacey performance, so you know
I
that I
think
can
Ariana
separate it.
DeBose is second.
Well,
If
talk
I
about
had to
Ansel.
give,
Talk about what you liked about Ansel,
no,
because
I
I think
just
that he's really good. It's just that when he's singing in most of his scenes with Rachel Zegler, who is
oh, she's
clearly a
awesome.
superior singer,
She's
and I think she's the standout of the movie.
So I think okay, that's fair. I do think she's the best singer. I think her performance singing wise is phenomenal. I think Ansel carries like the charisma aspect of it and just like encaptures what Tony is. And I think he plays Tony in a certain way that like other people haven't really tried to do. And I think that's what I personally like his performance the best. And I don't think it's really that close. I think Ariana is awesome. First of all, this entire cast is great. Like Mike Fast is like he's awesome too. Like I think him as Riff is
Oh
like
yeah,
a
we'll talk
very
about him.
underrated performance too. Bernardo's very good with David Alvarez. Rita with Valentina. I mean, she's the original Anita, and you know, she crushes Valentina. So there's a lot of really good performances. I just think Ansel has like this charisma and this way about him, and he also plays up like the Romeo and Juliet aspect of like I just met you and yet I am falling head over heels for you for like no reason. Like I'm actually acting stupid by how I'm acting, and I like that aspect because to me most of this plot is illogical if you truly like think about how he feels about Anita at one point. It's like okay, you really shouldn't feel this way about this girl. Like you just met her. I mean, sorry, Maria. The way he felt about Maria, like you just met her. Like you shouldn't feel this way about Maria, but he does, and I think he plays that up well. And maybe people don't like that because of his character, because his character does come across as like, I can't believe you're acting this way. Like, how stupid can you be? And also some of the stuff he does, and we can get into that a little
Well,
bit
I
later.
felt I felt the conflict with him in that whole like I'm trying to leave this life behind at the same time these are basically the people that raised me. So
Yeah,
I do feel a sort of obligation to them, but I'm really trying to leave that life behind and I see a future whether it's, reasonable or not. I see a future with this girl and I'm just going to throw everything into it almost as a means of escape.
hmm,
And a lot of people have criticized whether it's Romeo and Juliet, the stage adaptation, whatever, as like, oh, it's like juvenile. Yeah,
They are kids.
that's kind of the point.
like they're teens.
You fucking idiot. Like, yeah, like I don't know. I thought that there are movies that make that kind of thing obnoxious to watch and not endearing, and in this, I felt like I would have at the time where I was 16,
Right.
17, and I was just like, because when you're that young, everything feels like the end of the world.
My criticism of West Side Story would be the plot and just how like almost yank you across the like plot it does. It's like we shouldn't fight each other, but now we're gonna fight each other. We shouldn't bring knives, but we're clearly gonna bring switchblades. We shouldn't bring guns, but we're clearly gonna bring guns because the other guys are gonna bring guns. It's like there's so many stupid like decisions inside of the plot. But to be completely honest with you, I feel like most people at that age would make stupid decisions. So I don't mind that from a standpoint of the plot. That would be my criticism of West Side Story, but I totally understand that it's capturing the essence of Romeo and Juliet is what it's doing.
See,
Ansel Elgort had
I would
like a
disagree on
50s musical charm to him in this
True, yeah.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt kind of
Very
old school.
50s look, old school
See,
look.
I would disagree with that because they kind of portray it in the beginning of the movie where these are people that literally have nothing else but their
It's only the
reputation and
20 blocks. It's only the
yeah,
20 block
Yeah, that's
radius with
it.
it. Yeah.
And they,
yeah,
and they come in immediately and they're like, yeah, by the way, this shit's all going away. They don't care whether you're white, brown, you
yeah.
don't have money. Goodbye.
So
Like,
it's literally just you have all these people that have nothing else, and it's like now they're competing with each other over scraps that are basically going to be
Mm,
non-existent soon.
that's fair.
So to throw in a love story of literally, I need to throw my soul to this girl because I literally have nothing left, and I'm not going to have anything left soon because all my friends are basically throwing their lives away. It kind of makes sense. Like I can see that, Obviously, we didn't have that upcoming, so we can't really,
Yeah, I mean,
What are you
personalize it.
talking about? This was my exact childhood. No, I'm just kidding.
yes, I
You don't know
wasn't
my
on the
life.
streets. I wasn't on the streets of
Yes,
New
I do.
York, like going into parole or like in jail for a year. Like I wasn't in jail for I was beating someone to death.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he feels.
All right.
And I think they capture that. So
All right, Tommy, who was your favorite?
All right. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Mike Fast on this one.
I thought he was going to say
Okay.
Rachel Zegler.
I it's a weird situation where I think the cast kind of Spielberg does a great job at kind of complementing the cast members together. Like Ansel kind of has great charisma and works well with multiple characters, including Mike Fast. But how the movie opened with Mike Fast, I think that just set up his character in a way that just really got me sucked into the story because he was kind of he had some good charisma himself, and he was kind of a smart aleck, but he was a badass. He had wit. He was good at talking back to the cops, but he also made sense at some points.
He was good with the song and dance.
He
I
was.
mean, he had a lot more to do in this movie than I remembered because I remembered really liking
Yeah,
him, but
he's,
I
like, in this
remembered
movie.
thinking I wanted more of him in this movie, and then I watched it and I'm like, no, he had plenty to do. Like, I think that one
and
of
there's
the
an
I think
internal struggle, there's an external struggle. Like, yeah.
probably my second favorite musical number, and I just think differently. Like, I think that America is kind of the big standout one that everyone really remembers,
Yeah.
and it is really good. But I like the ones that bring me more tension are the ones that I like the most. And so
You like the gym, don't you?
my second favorite musical number was Cool,
Mm.
the one where they're fighting over the gun basically
I
out on
was
the pier.
Okay.
I
I
like that
think
scene a
that
lot.
the way that was shot was incredible. It was tense. You really feel it between Mike Feist and Ansel Elgort's character. I mean, you're really feeling like the tension there, and they're singing so well. The dancing is still great. I really liked that, and I have been a big fan of his ever since this movie. And if you ever check out, have you seen Challengers?
No.
Okay, well, he's
Such a
also in
good movie.
Challengers, and he's really good in that as well. So, my favorite here is very clearly Rachel Zegler. I left this movie thinking that she was about to
I will
be
say, as three white
a
guys,
superstar.
thank you for picking someone that wasn't the Sharks. Thank you for picking.
Uh,
Thank you.
you mean
Sorry,
you mean the Jets?
Thank you for picking.
Yeah.
Thank you for
As
picking
I
a
wear
Shark.
my New York Jets
Yeah,
shirt.
thank you for picking a Shark.
There was a scene where someone in I think it was Mike Feist was singing like the Jets are going all the way tonight. And the first time I saw the movie, I was like, yeah, and I did a little fist pump. Then like, oh, that's probably bad. Like I just instinctively, I'm like, yeah, but that's not good. They're racist.
The Jets are going all the way. It's like, oh,
and I'm like, we're probably not. Zach Wilson was our quarterback that year. But no,
which
Rachel
we can talk
Zegler
about
was
that a
my
little
favorite.
later. The tension. But yeah, go ahead.
And I'd like to go ahead and say that there's a reason that even with some of the things that she said, like maybe she could use a little bit of media training. I think that she comes at it from a well-meaning place. She's clearly rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, but she's gotten a lot of these roles in stuff like Hunger Games and Snow White and all of that because of how excellent she was in this movie. And I really felt for her character. I think that she has a beautiful voice. I mean, she does stuff in this movie that I don't know if anyone else has topped, and that includes like I just rewatched the first part of Wicked the other day, and Ariana Grande is doing some pretty incredible stuff in that movie.
I mean,
And
Cynthia
Rachel's
does some crazy stuff
yeah,
too. Yeah.
but I mean, like from like almost like an operatic perspective, like Rachel Zegler is pulling, and I think that's why so many people look at Ansel Elgort's performance and say that it's weak because he's just kind of like almost like
he sounds good. I don't
what
know why
you
people think he doesn't
expect
sound good.
like a leading man to sound like in these musicals, whereas Rachel Zegler is putting out like big operatic, like it's just so powerful what she's able to do, and there's just something, a way that she's able to sell this character just with her eyes alone.
Mm-hmm.
I totally bought it 100%.
Did you hear
as
about how
much.
she got the role?
No.
She sent like an email or a letter because they were asking for people to audition, and she sent something, and then she was like, I don't think I'm gonna get it, and then she auditioned, and I think at one point Steven Spielberg called her like a nightingale or something. He was like, your voice is incredible, like it's like one of the best I've ever heard. And it was like, we're definitely gonna cast her, and she like almost lost it. Like she freaked out. She said, I screamed like shit. There's no way they casted me for this role, like, because it was like one of her like first. It's like one of her breakout roles. It's like one of her first things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is the first thing people saw her in, and again, like, there's a reason why she got all this stuff afterwards, because this is a star-making performance. I'm flabbergasted that she didn't get nominated for an
It's
Oscar.
insane.
I think she should have won. As great as Ariana DeBose is, and she is great, although
Also,
her
could you argue
post-Oscar win career has been dog shit.
Could you argue that she is the leading actress and Ariana with Anita is the supporting?
See, that's why I think maybe Rachel Zegler didn't get nominated, but I still think she should have gotten nominated for lead actress. I don't think she would have gotten my vote to win, but I mean, I'd really liked Kristen Stewart as Princess Diana that year. That's who would have gotten my vote. But Rachel Zegler here was just unbelievable, and I think she should have a gold trophy for her work in this. I think Mike Feist should have a gold trophy for his work in this. I think that he didn't get an Oscar
He's
nomination.
a great supporting actor nomination.
How in the fuck did he not get an Oscar nomination for
That's
this
crazy.
movie? I don't get that one at all.
No, I don't get it either.
They're both incredible. My favorite musical number in this movie was Tonight. I think that's just one that there's just a certain magic behind that musical number, and the way that it's shot, I profoundly beautiful is how I would call this movie.
I think that's the most recognizable like number outside of America, and then obviously the opening scene.
Yeah, and I mean, I didn't know that this was basically a Romeo and Juliet adaptation when I saw the movie.
Oh, you didn't?
I knew nothing about West Side Story.
Yeah,
I didn't know that there was going to be like
basically Romeo and Juliet.
I didn't know that there was like fucking gang violence and shit. And I
the
knew
only
nothing
thing I
about
knew
this.
about West Side Story going into this was the snapping singing. That's the only thing I knew. And the saddest part is I knew that through Family Guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That
Family Guy actually does
knowledge?
Family Guy actually does a pretty good like whatever it is.
What do we think about the Rumble?
I mean, I have some thoughts. Can I say Ariana crushes Anita, by the way?
Oh, she's great. I liked her and Bernardo's back and forth. You really bought them as a couple that had years on them.
And Chino was really good too. I mean, some of the decisions by Chino late in the movie questionable, but
I didn't care for Chino.
Oh, you didn't care?
I'm
for
not
Chino?
gonna. I didn't really feel one way or another about Chino.
I think the actor did a good job. I think the character is a little, personally.
Sure.
He had one role in this movie, that was to deliver the fact that the brother was dead, and then to pick up the gun, and then later shoot Tony, and then stand there like a sad puppy dog when he got shamed the fact that he shot him.
I mean,
like the way he gets
downplaying how he feels.
The way he got walked over to the cops at the very last scene of the movie, he's just sitting there looking like a sad puppy dog. I'm like,
I actually
you just murdered a man in cold blood, shot him in the back twice like a coward.
Well, I think that Rita Moreno had a way of cutting these guys down to size at the end of this movie, where whenever she said some shit, she had a way of making everyone feel like a piece of shit.
You dishonor your entire family.
You dishonor your dead.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, there was a little something to that in that there was a power in the way that she cut them down.
So the Rumble,
I love the way it was shot. Like when they're all really coming together, the shadows. It was a great shot.
I honestly, I don't like the characters dying. I get it. Could have been better.
You got to kill off somebody. I
You
mean,
got to kill someone, but
who else would you have killed off
I'm
to have
thinking
it
for the
much of a
plot.
dramatic
I'm
effect?
thinking for the plot. People don't die. We see people in the hospital.
But then there would have been no reason for Chino to
Yeah,
kill
no,
Tony and then have a dramatic
There
ending.
was always going to be a reason for him to get upset.
No.
It was Sharks versus Jets. What are we talking about? You think
No,
that was going to
I
end just because people died? It
I think
eventually
that
did.
I do
most of the
think
people
that
died.
once people saw like the way that people reacted to the deaths too. I don't know. I liked the way that it concluded. I thought that it did a really good job
So
of
you like
elevating
that
just how
Tony-
senseless it was.
So you
'Cause
like
that's the
that
way it's
Tony
supposed to
just
leave
picks
you.
up the switchblade and like stabs him.
Yes.
Yeah, and I liked that it was so sudden. It almost felt like it was a reactionary move
was,
rather than
yes.
something that he thought out. Because it was very clear that after it happened, he didn't want to do it. But he saw his best friend, basically his brother, killed before his eyes, and he just reacted.
Which is why I appreciate how they ended his character where you had the two groups coming together to kind of carry his body away, because they both knew that he was kind of that guy who stood between them trying to stop it, and he was the one that ended up dying as a result of it.
It's my only gripe with West Side Story. I don't think it's first of all, I think it's a Hall of Fame movie. I think it's a great musical. I'm personally, if I'm Maria, no matter what I feel about Tony, he murdered him in cold blood, and she's like, I'm still gonna run away with you. I don't love it.
I will say there's something where I was like, you're having sex with him now?
That was a very odd choice.
Like Sarah turned to me and went, so like if you killed my brother and then came over to my house, we're not having sex. I'm never seeing you again.
But that's my point. That's my like gripe with West Side Story. It's just like, where does that come from? I don't like it.
Yeah, that's definitely an odd choice, and I don't know if I missed the scene.
And then Anita killed him by basically saying that she was dead. So then he started looking for Chino.
That's
and I was like,
because I was watching the movie,
crazy?
and I was doing stuff while I was watching the movie, and then I saw her come in, like, oh, she's dead. I'm like, it's like, wait, when the fuck did
you
she
have to
die?
rewind the movie?
I was like, let's just keep watching. And I was like, see what happened. But I was like, I definitely missed this scene or something. But then when I saw him outside, I'm like, oh no, she's gonna come out and be like, oh.
Yep.
And then of course that happened. So I'm like, okay, I didn't miss anything.
Look, I get it. Like, it's hard to write an ending, but I don't know.
But the second I saw her running down the street, I'm like, oh, he's gonna die by Chino.
And then Chino comes right behind him, and you're like, he's gonna shoot him. There's no.
It was too predictable at that point, but it was like
no
it was
chance.
still a good way they shot it.
Yeah, that was well done. It's well done. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying the plot. Just my one gripe. My one gripe.
Tommy, what's your grade?
I gave it an A+, 20%.
20%.
This was
phenomenal. I'm fine with it. He went A+. I'm fine with it. Brandon,
this is an A+, 76.9. Appreciate you, people.
I get to be the high man on this one.
You suck.
Let's go. A+, 78.81. Take that, bitch.
Damn.
I love this movie more than you. Ha.
Yeah, but you don't. Right. But you don't put Wicked. You don't put Wicked for good in your next Hall. Bet you won't put Wicked in your Hall of Fame, loser.
No, my Hall of Fame is actually hard to get into. So.
Oh, I see.
You let in about 10% of the movies you see.
That's not true at all.
I know it's not. I just like talking shit. All right. Final Spielberg movie. Let's do it, baby. The Fablemans. All right. So this one was this was written by Tony Kushner as well as Steven Spielberg, starring Michelle Williams, Paul Dano, Seth Rogen, Gabriel LaBelle, who really should be higher up on this list because he's the star of the movie as far as I'm concerned, and Judd Hirsch. This had a $40 million budget, made $45 million, so it didn't do particularly well. I'm honestly not surprised. I'm not surprised to hear that this came out in November of 2022. It was nominated for, 7 Oscars, and it went home empty-handed. It did not win Best Picture. It did not win Best Director. Michelle Williams did not win Best Actress. Judd Hirsch did not win Best Supporting Actor. Let's see, what else did it not win? It did not win Best Music for John Williams. It did not win Best Production Design. Nothing. 0 for 7. And this movie is basically it's labeled as a semi-autobiographical film that follows Sammy Fableman, also known as Steven Spielberg.
I didn't get that connection. Thank you for letting me know.
Wait, are you serious?
I'm kidding.
Okay, I was like, how the fuck would you not? A young, aspiring filmmaker who explores how the power of films can help him see the truth about his dysfunctional family and those around him. I saw this in theaters in 2022, and I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. I left half an hour in because
that is so gross.
Because it was the third movie of a triple feature. I just watched Bones and All and Glass Onion, 2 movies I loved.
Phenomenal movies.
And I was just tired, and the first 30 minutes of this movie bored me senseless. So I left, and I was like, Fablemans ain't shit. All right. And then I watched this movie, and I'm 30 minutes in, and I'm like, whew, Fablemans ain't shit. And then I see the movie that actually it pivots into, and starring Gabriel LaBelle, which, by the way, Tommy, I saw that you are getting more familiar with Gabriel LaBelle. He was in Saturday Night, one of the movies that I loved last year. And I am a big fan of this kid. I think that he's really got something as an actor here because I think that he carries the movie on his back. He's the most interesting part of this movie. And it really takes a while for this thing to find its footing. There's a lot of it that I don't like. I think there's actually a good chunk of this movie where Michelle Williams' character, I wanted someone to murder her in cold blood.
Her character is so awful. Her character is a terrible person.
I didn't think that she should have been nominated for an Oscar for this. Like,
flat out, her character is as bad as a portrayal of in Forrest Gump.
Jenny?
She is as bad as Jenny. Yeah. It is bad.
I think there's a case to be made. Yeah.
Worst character, like, decisions, personality, everything combined on screen might go to Mitzi Fableman.
Yeah. And as a result, I didn't really like Seth Rogen too much in this movie either.
Oh, can we get to it? The scene where he hands him the camera and he's like, no, take it. And it's like, dude, he knows. F off. You are like not making this better.
See, I liked that scene because I almost felt like he knew that he knew. And this was his way of trying to overcome his guilt.
Sure.
So I liked the way that played out. This is a very dysfunctional family, and his dad, played by Paul Dano, is very, I'm going to say it, autistic. And
being the autistic one of the group, I think you're allowed to say that, Mitchell.
Exactly, yeah. I've reclaimed that word for me. Okay. No, fuck you can. I'll beat your ass. No, you don't use the A word around me. So here's the deal. Paul Dano is autistic.
Paul Dano as the Riddler?
Yeah. He's autistic in that one too. Maybe Paul Dano's just autistic. I don't know.
No, it's not supposed to go this way.
But exactly, yeah. But Paul Dano is very, like, he's extremely smart, but he really only sees things for what they have their use for, right? Like, how useful is this? So when his son takes up, a love of filmmaking, he's like, oh, cool, he's got a hobby. But that's all it is to him. And it
To a
takes
certain
him
point.
the whole runtime of the movie to kind of give himself over to, like, okay, this isn't just a hobby. This is something you want to pursue as like a lifelong thing. And I really liked the conversation they had at the end of the movie where he's like, look, I know that you're going to give it everything you have. But so much of this movie is spent more with Michelle Williams' character. And I felt I really only enjoyed getting to spend time with her when someone else was telling her what a bitch she was. That's it. That was all I really had to say about Michelle Williams. I mean, Gabriel LaBelle is acting circles around everyone in this movie. I don't know why the fuck Judd Hirsch got nominated for an Oscar for this. I
Did he
like
really?
the scene. Yes, he's in the movie for like 3 minutes, and they're good 3 minutes.
Talks
They're
about
a
like
pivotal
the
3
circus
minutes.
and lion tamers for 3 minutes.
Yeah, they're a pivotal 3 minutes in the movie, but like nominated for an Oscar?
I
Are
would
you
have taken
serious?
Keely Karsten over him personally.
I mean, this was 2022, Brandon. Like 2022 is a decent year in movies.
Look, if someone was gonna get nominated from this cast,
Gabriel
it's
LaBelle.
Gabriel LaBelle. But there's like 4 other people that should have got it over Judd Hirsch.
I
What
would
happened there?
have rather gone Paul Dano.
Paul Dano wasn't bad.
Yeah, Paul Dano. I think he was more than not bad.
I mean, we can talk about it. The movie gets weird. It gets weird like an hour and a half.
Well, buddy, I just saw your Letterboxd grade. I thought you were going very different than where you ended up.
No. It ended up being a good movie, and it ends up being a movie that I would recommend to the majority of people. But
Okay.
how'd
you get
weird,
there?
But it's a weird movie.
How'd you get there?
I think the end saved it, because there was a point in time where I was like, "Wow, this is getting really anti-Semitic. There's almost too much going on here."
Well, the movie's not anti-Semitic, just the characters.
The characters in the movie, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, we'll clarify that. He deals with a lot. Then he calls his dad out and is like, everyone here hates this except you. And I'm like, damn, that one cut like a knife. And then he meets his girl. And that relationship, very weird. I think once the prom ended, the movie really like picked back up to like where it ended up for my grade. I think it dropped a full letter grade, like between him getting into school, all the kids bullying him meeting this girl. Very much dropped like a full letter grade, and then it kind of picked back up towards the end of the movie. I also think him, like, I gotta be honest, Mitchell, the passive aggressive BS out of his character and multiple characters in this movie, call people out. I'm a passive aggressive person sometimes, but you got to call a spade a spade. Call some people out. That
there were a lot of scenes where
behavior.
I just wanted Gabriel LaBelle to unload on his parents, and it just didn't happen.
The mom hits him, and he's like, "Let me show you why I'm mad at you," and then he like ends up consoling her. And he's like, "I won't say anything." I'm like, "Bro,
like, why the fuck not?
She's the problem, not you.
Yeah.
You're not the problem."
Which ultimately made me empathize with him, because
I get it's his mom. I get it's his mom. I totally get it.
I understand that in the moment.
Yeah,
me either. But at the same time, it was frustrating, and how it kind of kept going in different ways.
It was just a spiral. It was just a spiral down, down, and down. And that's the point of the movie where I texted the group and I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
I liked everything that was following.
I might give up.
Him. Yeah. I liked his stuff at school. I liked, digging into his love of films. this movie did not need to be 2.5 hours long. I can tell you that right now. This movie could have been an
I
hour
don't really know why
55
it
and been
is.
fine. Do you know why it is? Because Steven Spielberg said, I want to make a goddamn movie about my goddamn life, and I'm goddamn Steven Spielberg.
And he just put he put everything in it. Like at that point, just make it 3 hours. Like,
Well, I don't want to see that. You kidding me? No. I really don't have much to say regarding The
Yeah.
Fablemans. I don't. It's a good movie.
Interesting.
It's not a movie I'll ever watch again. I'll say that. Which makes you think I'm probably going to go a little lower than it was. But I'm not going to lie. Gabriel LaBelle's performance was excellent here. I think that we have something with this kid. I think that he's really strong. I only liked him more in Saturday Night, which I think is a much better and better paced movie
Better movie.
than this. So I can't wait to see what else he's going to do. And I would give this a B plus 17.95.
Yeah, I think I'm a whole letter grade higher than you. A minus 10.2.
Wow, okay.
But there was a point in the movie where I was like, this might be a B minus.
There was a point in this movie where I was like, it might be a C minus. Like the opening half hour, again, this starts off kind of rough.
Yeah.
All right.
The relationship he has with that girl is just. I hope that's not what it was like in real life.
Oh, I bet it was. I bet there were all sorts of relationships like that where it's all like, let's pray to Jesus before we start like going to first base.
Such
And
a
as
nice
we
boy.
and as we round, yeah, she's like, Jesus is sexy, and he's like, sure.
He goes, no one knows what Jesus looked like.
Yeah.
We don't really know. No, it's like this is.
And she's like, yeah, but Jesus was hot, and I'm like, oh, so she's dumb.
As soon as she said that, I knew what was gonna happen. I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, here it goes.
Yeah, this isn't one you settle down with long term, Sammy. All right. I will start with my Spielberg top 5 and worst.
Please go ahead. 5 worst.
Obvious.
Can we just do the worst?
No, just the worst as
Okay.
far as this one goes. So, my least favorite Steven Spielberg movie. Would it surprise anyone at all if I said that my least favorite movie of his was Always?
No, because that's mine as well.
My least favorite movie we watched during the Spielberg thing was Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, but Always was his worst movie.
Yeah, Always is his worst movie.
I will also give an honorable mention to the BFG.
Ooh.
See, I'll give an honorable mention to Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm in the same ballpark. Always, BFG.
You hated Hook, though. You were not a Hook guy.
You were not.
I'm not a Hook guy,
I loved Hook.
but I think Always is worse than Hook, personally.
Fair enough.
Like would I watch Hook again? Yes. Am I ever gonna watch Always again? No.
Hell no. Yeah, not an Always fan by any means. All right,
I
top
can't
5
wait to do my
Spielberg.
entire Spielberg ranking on Letterboxd, and I'm just gonna drop it in, and Mitchell's gonna be like, "This is so awesome."
I do think I'm going to do that as well.
It's coming Thanksgiving. It's coming
so-
Thanksgiving Day, Mitchell. So you can feast your eyes on it.
Okay, I'm thankful for that. I can do all right. I got number 1, Schindler's List. Number 2, I've got West Side Story. Number 3, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Number 4, Jurassic Park. 5, Saving Private Ryan. And we'll give some honorable mentions to Catch Me If You Can and Jaws.
I was pretty close to you on that one. I had Schindler's List as 1, Saving Private Ryan is 2, Raiders of the Lost Ark 3, Catch Me If You Can surprisingly at 4. I really like that movie. West Side Story at 5, and then E.T. and Jurassic Park were just close behind that with Indiana Jones and Last Crusade.
I had, by the way, Brandon, I had 2 Hall of Fame entries. I think my over-under for you with this was 4?
Yeah, I don't
I
think I
wanna
got to
say.
4. I don't think I got to 4. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I actually can't remember. Was Catch Me If You Can in Hall of Fame movie? I don't think it was.
I don't think you quite got it
I
there.
don't think it was.
So
So
you need to keep track of
obviously,
this on
no,
Letterboxd, man.
obviously Lincoln #1. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, that would have been a bold choice. Number 1,
I'm kidding.
everyone's favorite, The Terminal.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The Post.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Schindler's List, obviously 1. Saving Private Ryan 2. Those are 2 Hall of Fame movies. And then West Side Story is my 3rd one, Hall of Fame movie. So I did get to 3. And then personally, I think I would have Catch Me If You Can, and then Raiders of the Lost Ark with Jurassic Park, the original, as a entry, as long as with Jaws. I think Jaws is really well done. I think the ending of Jaws brings it down a little too much.
Okay, I'll ask one more question. Is there one in his filmography that you find particularly underrated that you would say doesn't get the love that maybe it deserves?
Hook.
That wasn't listed in your top 5.
Hook.
So we can't just all say "Catch Me If You Can" because I think we all would.
I'm just gonna keep saying Hook.
That's crazy.
Hook. Okay.
That's an insane.
Mine would be Artificial Intelligence.
One that we didn't cover on the podcast, but we should have because it's a phenomenal movie. Duel. Underrated TV movie. Amazing movie about road rage. It is
But is
just
it better than Unhinged with Russell Crowe? It probably is.
probably.
I feel like anything was better than that movie.
Hey, it wasn't that bad.
Also, man, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Such a good movie.
I think we also need to give some love to Adventures of Tintin.
Oh yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah, we had one Spielberg animated movie, one Spielberg musical, and I think they both deserved a little more love than they got. So,
I agree.
All right, well, after 5 months, we are done with Steven Spielberg. And do you know what comes next?
We should have watched the Sugarland Express. What are you talking about? We can clearly keep going.
But we're not going to. We're going to stop.
We've done enough Spielberg, damn it. We need to do new things.
What about what about TV series Columbo? Here we are.
What about Shut the Fuck Up?
So, Mitchell, what are we doing next?
Yeah, what are we doing next?
Dun 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 dun. Terminator. We are doing the Terminator and Terminator 2 Judgment Day as we get ready for we're doing James Cameron as we get ready for Avatar Fire and Ash coming out in December. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited to dive into the Terminator movies. Terminator sequels maybe less, but I am very excited to review these first 2 to get started. So that's going to be fun. Talk to you then. Spielberg, we're done. We love you. Thank you for giving us so many classics and some not so great movies as well. And got another movie coming out next year. So yeah, awesome. He's not even done yet. Goodbye.